I've spoken a little bit before about the pursuit of happiness, or finding happiness between the spaces. I wanted to briefly touch on the perception of perfection and just what that means. A lot of times we're looking for that ideal situation, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, a job, a hobby, something where we put in a minimal amount of effort or a minimal amount of compromise and we get the maximal amount of payout. The results are fabulous. We've not spent much money. We've gotten a $25,000 car for $5,000 basically. To use something material to kind of explain, the sort of deal that we're looking for. This perception of what we think perfection is sort of gets in the way of what we are, what we expect in our own lives. What we expect from ourselves is nothing short of a maximum result with very little effort. It's important to understand that the perception of what we are looking for, the perception of what we think is an ideal, should be something that's a little bit more realistic. Doesn't mean we can't strive for something better, but understanding that end result that we see other people having in their relationships or with their careers, their lives, their successes, their happiness, none of that was easy. None of that was instant. We just see the results and we expect, that's what I want. I want to have the big house, or I want to have the nice car. I want to have the perfect relationship. I want to have the best job ever, where I want to be vlogging and skating around on an electric skateboard in New York City, or I want to be, blogging about travel and in Barbados with, a super attractive hunky guy on my arm, or a cute girl, or whatever we're looking for. All those things are possible if that's what you want, but you have to understand that result has compromises, it has priorities, it has struggles, obstacles, so many hardships in the way to reaching that result. And furthermore, most of the things that we look for, most of the things that we want, they're not necessarily everything that they seem to be. When we see someone with an amazing job, or with a great relationship, or with a great car, or with whatever it is that we sort of covet, or that we'd like to emulate, we're seeing what they want us to see. We're seeing the good parts. We're seeing the social interaction, because people are often afraid to be genuine, to share in the hardships, or to share in the fragility of perceived perfection, because maybe we're scared to connect on the things that make us most human. It's a really interesting quandary that we don't share the things that we are most afraid of. We only share the things that we hope to inspire with, or that we hope to, fake it till you make it, or fake it until people think you've made it. Part of the motivation for vlogging today, or blogging and talking about this, is listening to a Gary Vaynerchuk vlogcast that he did on reliance of self and things. And I don't subscribe to a lot of this guy's, foul-mouthed, work until you die sort of attitude, but he does have some gems of wisdom, some nuggets in there that do kind of prompt some intelligent discussion. And one of the things that he was talking about was this, life coach, business coach sort of mentality where, you think that people want to hear how to be successful. But he was sort of speaking about how if you share your struggles on your way towards whatever you're trying to reach, that will connect a lot more with people, because everyone is struggling with something. And if someone's watching your video or reading your content because they're interested in the type of things that you're talking about, it's much easier for them to connect with the struggles that you've had, and how they're having those same struggles, and how you both seek to overcome them, versus seeing this end result and not understanding the connection from where they are now, or where you are now, to where you want to be. So opening up to others and being honest with your flaws, and understanding that others have flaws and other priorities in their lives, and when you are interacting with them, when they're your boss, whether they're your employee, whether they're your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your wife, your husband, your lover, whatever you want them to be, whoever they are in your life, the barista making you a coffee, understand that the priority that they have in their life and the priority that you have in your life might not necessarily be on the same page, but that's okay. You don't need to be seeking this perfect interaction, or this perfect life, or this perfect fragment, this moment. Life is difficult. We are all struggling. With one thing or another. And it's okay to just forgive yourself, to be honest with that. Be honest with that instability, and to understand that who you are right now is your ideal self. You might strive for something better, but there's no sense in rushing towards a result that you are never going to reach and you're never going to be able to maintain. Instead, you want to be okay with who you are right now, and understand that the journey is the importance, because you'll never get to that result that you're looking for. It's always a journey.